Alright. We do need to load, not the offline grounds, that's what I play when I can't stream. Earth. Load. Welcome to Earth. Do you know, if we ever meet aliens, we're going to be rednecks to them. No word of a lie. No, I reiterate, if we meet aliens that do not visit us first, we are rednecks. But no, if we visit, if aliens ever, fuck me, right? If we ever meet aliens, right, and they visit us first, we're the rednecks. Shit, you not. Right. So we got the cooling system up and running. We do want to turn this into a boiling room, but for me to turn it into a boiling room, I need to also make. I'm hoping this is enough to keep us going when that goes dormant. I need to also make steel, and that involves getting iron. And look how beautifully we started filtering out the base of the room. It's all this crap. We should possibly deal with the polluted water thing, because that's getting real bad. Okay, so polluted water, we want to do it with poke shells. We don't want to go in there. We want to have it all nice and collected. Because what we'll use is we'll use this where the overheated salt water comes out, which is coming out 22.6 there, 23.3. It does just keep pumping, doesn't it, the whole way around? Yeah, until it hits temp, which, considering the base is at a nice cool 20 degrees right now, it won't hit temp for quite some time. Okay, so yeah, this is going to be the polluted water remake, because we do want to turn the off-gassed polluted oxygen into regular oxygen. But what we need to do is ensure that we never overfill and we don't ever have a backup of polluted water. And we also need to get the poke shells into situ, where we can put. We need to automate it basically. That's going to take a lot of power. So I do need to concern myself with power. Okay, we can use the lead though for the automation equipment itself, because it won't melt, because it will never get that hot in there. Saying that, is the water in here coming out quite warm? It is. So let's no, well, yeah, we can do a part of this. It's important if we actually just yoink, yoink, yoink. Obviously, we'd rather have the water coming out cooler, but right now that will assist somewhat. And we're always going to be suffering from the insufficient oxygen bit because we just don't have enough oxyferns. I'll wait until this is full, then we'll expand it further. But eventually this won't be able to, this will run full time, which it kind of almost is right now. No, it backs up generally, so we can't actually put much more on that system. So yeah, let's make a nice filtered, nice. There's some oil in here. We could definitely come. Well, now I'm getting way out of line. Oh, it says clean water now. It used to just say water, so you must have to use clean water to produce oil, which will in turn produce natural gas, which we can then use for power. We will do that. We've also got this. Well, if power becomes an issue pretty quick, we'll deal with this. But for right now, what I'd like is to move these over here. But at the same time, all our systems are running as intended, aren't they? Yes. This isn't though. Pipe blocked. What do you mean pipe blocked? Oh, because this suit is full. Yeah. That only runs while the suit is in use. Yes. Yeah, that's how that's meant to be. It does filter out the base, but it's only meant to filter it out as we need. Shit, polluted water is now an issue. We have to deal with it right now. Okay, so we do want it on this side. There's a vent there that we've got to check. If I was smart, I could use this to actually filter more of it. So what we want to do is actually work across here. We don't want to dig out that volcano yet, but what I want to do is enable the volcano to boil some water as and when needed. So we'll do it like so. We'll have, actually I'm going to need to do it like this, aren't I? I will eventually fill this with hydrogen. We'll allow the lava to kind of fill up a room here with hydrogen in it, so the hydrogen will get real hot and this will do it, and this will boil water here. So metal tile, we don't actually have enough metal to worry about that right now, so let's not. So just cover it with that instead. Where's the polluted water coming in from? Here. We could turn this off. Right, let's do that right now. Disable. 11, go. Let's allow some polluted water to drain out. No, don't care. We don't have the oxygen. We don't have anything. This is producing, what, 5 kilos a second. So it is draining. It will drain this out. Yeah, see now it's not increasing. Well, it will increase because we're still sucking out polluted water from here. But that's almost done. So yeah, we just can't import any more polluted water for a while. Not while we're setting up the next bit. Because this is 10 kilos. Well, it's not quite absorbing 10 kilos a second, but hey ho. Yeah, it's already dropped by 20 kilos on the top level, so it will just continue to drop. So what we want to do is start laying out the new version of this. So plumbing, we do want a liquid pump. I'll make it out of gold amalgam just because it's a bit more useful. And start off with a little of this. We'll have the ladder coming up here because we will want access short term. We'll make it a decent size as well, say like that. And then what we'll have is a door, and then a liquid lock. Because while I don't want them accessing it, if they have to access it, they can. We actually want to do it like this. If I hit any of the right buttons. We're out of research again, which probably means we've pretty much done all the research we can for now, right? Scroll down. Yeah, well, we just stick on the next section. They'll do what they can. Okay, so we've got to move this ladder. Okay. So liquid lock. So we'll just have it this wide for now. Right, again, we can ignore the volcano for now because we're not ready for that. I don't know who's dinging and what the issue is. You've gotten stuck in there, have you? You have, that's fantastic. Okay, so we've got an emergency. No, we can just emergency cut that out and they can then get in and out at will. It's even more oil here, that's fantastic. I would like to get into that, but we're going to suck out the polluted water from here first, then move on. Even this tank has to go at some point. So those insulated pipes are done, right? Yeah, that's assisting a little bit. In temperature control, how about temps over here? This is still pretty warm here, but that's okay. 28 degrees is no worries. The edges are cool, so it's the water temperature that's coming out of here. So we would like to cool that water temperature, which, what's the temperature in here? It should be coming out at 25 degrees, right? Because then I could use that as further cooling. Liquid pipe thermosensor, 25 degrees, yeah. So we could use the waste tank to further cool some liquid again. Oh look, we're starting to drain out that fluid water again. Loads of different little jobs are getting done. Just wondering about priority. It's all priority 5, so we're actually up to date with most of our building excursions and fixes. Suffocating because you keep going down there. That's understandable. It's meant to be hell down here, but that's just the way it is for now. Water is... Do we have access to clean water? Didn't I build a tank? I did. Which is filtering out extra clean water, yeah. Which has tons of food poisoning, so we will have to deal with that as well at some point. Are we getting heat leak? We should do, right? Yeah, but we've already capped it off. That's fantastic. Capped it off to a point where it doesn't affect us. That's superb. And we're cooking, and we're... Are we full? Nope, it's getting kind of close. Rotten bristleberry. We must have filled these then, right? Yes. Okay, so we're going to build one closer to here now. Build 3 more. Again, we can use all this rotten stuff later, because we can feed it to poke shells, which we should start working on the ability to fit them in. So a gap for a ladder, and then a 4 wide gap for poke shells. This is wider for sure by quite a margin, but it's still not that much storage. But I'm hoping it will work for a while anyway. So then let's dig out all of that. Printable. Joyous seeds, they're better decoration. Uproot. Joyous seed, plant. Then we go around uprooting all these. A mass uproot tool would be super useful as well. Does mean short term we're low on our decoration, but it's nothing to worry about. Bit of hydrogen escaping, is that an issue? Not really, if it goes up here. There's plenty more buddy buds to be got as well, which is great news. We're still winning the war on buddy buds, aren't we? Yeah, the floral scent is everywhere. The whole top layer is floral scented. We will need to bring it down. In fact, I will plan out the next buddy buds for here. Wait, do these give off floral scent, or was that an old pre-patch? No, yeah, it's pre-patch. I say pre-patch, but it's old tech. It doesn't work like that anymore. Oh, okay, now we can start. Copy settings, paste, fantastic. What's it like down here? It is oxygen. I am going to have to figure out another oxygen production system, or this might actually do, because I want to expand into more dupes, because this is taking way too long. Way too long to build and get stuff done. I mean, they are getting it done, it's just slow. This is got to be, yeah, I mean, it's time for another, right? It's just alright. Well, let's we're going to start getting crucial jobs out of the way. All is priority 9 now, right? Yeah. These are built. That means copy settings. We don't have any right now, but when we dig them up, we'll use them instantly. And by automating this, we'll get rid of jobs. Like the current amount of dupes will become more productive. And there's plenty of reed fibers hanging around, which is great news. We're just so low on iron all the time. All the fucking time. which does mean we need to expand into real production levels with iron and steel. Saying that, we do want to make the stuff for ceramic as well, but I don't have a kiln right now. Okay, let's push this into overdrive. I would like it done sooner rather than later. I'd like to be able to start getting this whole system off. How much? There was only a kilo or so of hydrogen in there. It really doesn't matter. It'll all flow through the base and get collected at whatever point we make the top eventually anyway. Because I'll collect it all up before we burst into space. Just because hydrogen has value. And it's a waste not want not build. Basically the resources we start with we want to make infinite. We're beginning to get through. It's all started. I actually have to deconstruct these now that I think about it, because I need access to put water in there. Not water. The water would do. I'll go crude oil though. It's my preferred method of doing it. This ladder will eventually be gone because it's access right now, but it doesn't need to stay that way. There's a lot of rebuilding to do in this space, a lot. But again, we know that from the start because we built the whole thing just to work, basically. Like this has to be rebuilt all into steel because we need it to work as like a heating system, so we can boil the polluted water that comes out of these. The temperature in here is slowly increasing anyway. Temperature in here is quite high. We will need to fix this. These will need to become still so they don't get affected. Leak oil, fish oil, we have got to make use of that at some point. I do have the cooling now, but I'm not ready for oil. Let's just get clean water under wraps. Right, we're going to switch this on to a 9 because if I'm ordering it to be built, it's probably pretty critical. The ladder needs to go in there as well now. I wasn't expecting you to actually get this far that quick. And of course we're going to have to filter the gases out. I mean, we're doing a decent job of managing the gas from this alone. But there is just so much polluted oxygen and everything floating around the base that as much as we are cleaning some, we're not cleaning anywhere near enough to get this actually sorted. But that's a job for when we've got way more power. Way more power. How are we doing? It's going. Right, so I know we were building a couple of oil locks which all look to be completed. Not quite. Okay, so we need more oil, which I'm going to stick this as a priority, do it right fucking now, just so I know that oil is then coming in, because we'll also priority this. And that'll do. Where were we short of oil? Here. I mean, it's working as is, but it needs filling. And even automating this would be lovely, so they don't have to deliver dirt. It's getting close. This is still being worked on. The basics for it is almost done, but I'm not going to seal this in until we've dug it all out. I don't know if they can reach that. I will add on another layer of digging, or 2 layers anyway, because there's coal, there's iron, there's useful shit in here. Useful shit indeed. And then this tank is pretty much kind of after that. Where's the mouse gone? There it is. Oil is, yeah, go check. Close. Yeah, very close. 1 or 2 more deliveries and that's the oil done. Again, this does really need a, what's the temperature down here? 25, temperature up here, 27, okay. So the temperature out here is being kept nice and stable. This is just delightful. 7 degrees, 8 degrees, it's high, it's 9.6 degrees, that's spectacular. The liquid in the pipe though is probably heating up, yeah. But again, that's fine. By the time it gets around the system, it will be a set temperature and then get pumped out. And yeah, all good, all good. It's getting close. Right, let's just check see if this has been done yet. No. This layer has to go at some point. It's last on the list of jobs to do. Oh, that was the wrong tile. They can't get there, but again, that'll be done when we've got oil. I may as well set it to be done now. Crude oil, enable water bowl, 9. It's still not been done, but that's fine. I assume they'll do the oil to here first. Could be wrong, but let's assume I'm not. It's a going. We're getting a lot of chlorine going off. We do have tons of room for it, yeah. Because we're going to want to manufacture that as well later for, I can't remember what, I think it's a type of food. Because ideally I'd like to have all food sources made. This wants exploring too. I must explore, I must know. That can be ordered to be mopped. That can be mopped, that can be mopped. Right, okay, we're reaching the edge. Then it's just a case of them digging through here, dealing with all of that, and with gold. I might even vacuum the room out. Ice. It's not a necessity, so meh. Is this ice puddle melting? It is slowly, but that's also fine because it will melt down. It won't fill up this. Well, I hope not. It's going to take a long time though, but we can ignore it safely for a long time. Hey, we're getting there. Sooner this is done, the sooner the oil will get moved. Speaking of, not been delivered. And I need to deal with this because it's getting on my nerves. That puddle has been there since fucking dinosaurs. Lovely. And plus I'm a few squads away from working round the clock. And that's what we want. We want at least 4 dupes active 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Well, I mean, we're pretty close to being active 24 hours a day, right? Yeah, no, well, yeah, ish. Because it only overlaps by 1. We are active 24 hours a day. Yeah, I just would rather have more. Nice, last few. Okay, that's that. Oil starts getting moved. They split the jobs. This one is done. 87 kilos should be enough. Okay, how are we doing on storage? Pretty much maxing, so another row would do. They'll empty out when we start getting this running because we're going to have its own storage facility somewhere around here, possibly just above it. We'll obviously store the shit that can be stored down here, but Not all of it can be, I don't think. Polluted water's getting delivered. That means this got mopped up. Yeah, it's going. I'm just thinking about this bit here. Can we access it? We can. We're not going to put it on emergency, but we will have it done sooner rather than later. Because you never know. Could be something incredibly useful. A hydrogen vent, for example. Although the last one I found in the other game didn't pump out barely any hydrogen at all. Done. I said deconstruct. Okay, now that can go back. The door no longer matters because of this, so yoink yoink. We will set up the ventilation at least anyway, to start sucking it out. Give it that good old fucking suck. Now this should get done, the ceiling will get done, and then I'm just gonna pop this in for the rest of this to get done. I think they'll be able to reach that, but just in case. Now I could put this on the main power system, but I'm thinking I should actually just suck it out au natural. I do need to actually build a water holding tile so we can dump shit. You'll see why in a bit. It prevents the off-gassing because we don't want their food for the poke shells to off-gas, because it will reduce the total quantity of food. We want that to hang around for a long time. Because that way we never have to deal with them, never have to consider their needs, they just live there forever. We do want a door there actually to stop them getting in and out, but that's later. That's after I've vacuumed out the room, which we'll just dump here. And it looks like there's a ton of iron in here as well, which is going to be useful for refining, which, yeah, hasn't been done at all. This is final half a ton. Well, half a ton per square, but you know, final half a ton per square to go. This was all set to 9, right? Yeah, and there's another vent here, which we will have to check out. Where is this sand going? Nowhere important. New printable. Sand. Don't need it, but you know, better safe than sorry. Oh, there's a Draco there, just stuck behind the water. But again, that's not our problem. What's temperature like around here? Pretty toasty. Pretty toasty indeed. But this entire room will cool down as we fill it with polluted water. It will stay a steady 30-35 degrees. So that's an issue we don't have to concern ourselves about. Well, it will up until... Well, what I'll do is I'll vacuum this out. Use this as a boiler, right? So what we'll do is we'll take out one tile, it will fill in, it'll get boiled, it will come up, because the steam will rise, or at least logically it does. I'll build a little like a lock here, maybe throw in a couple of weeze bolts, and what should happen is the steam will rise, drop into there, be clean. It's a waste of power, kind of, actually. Because what I should do is put it into a thingy that gains from what are they called? Steam generators? No, I've got them unlocked, I'm sure. Steam turbine, steam generator. It doesn't generate steam; it generates power from steam. Right, you are carbon dioxide. That is going to be useful later. What temperature is it coming out at? Negative 55 degrees. Yeah, I can make use of that, I'm sure. It's basically coming out as liquid, right? Carbon dioxide. Solid 56.5, nearly liquid. Liquid carbon. Oh, there's oil here too. Okay. Right, we're not going to add any more polluted water than what the system generates for itself. We will just be absorbing it. The temperature in here is nice and steady, isn't it? Yeah, it's wonderful. Wonderful. This side's hot. We might actually put on some extended cooling, because we do have it coming to here. We have it bridging over there. What we could do is bring it up to here. We can lay the plans for it all and worry about actually deploying it later. It's quite a big build. And there you go. They'll get it done eventually. We are going to want someone full time, just removing shit. But this will help because it will pull some of this away. It's dormant for now, but again, we've got a huge tank. And we're still not getting out of that water yet. It's taking ages to filter off, which is really good, because it means the system is very effective, but at the same time we do want it to be used a bit more heavily. Right, are we ready? Almost. I'm gonna need that on the end there. This is on the list of things to do as well. Doing something about all the carbon down here is on the list as well, but like that's a much later issue. It's set up at 1.8 kilos, and we're like 1.6 kilos of oxygen in here. We've got tons of oxygen. We are very good, and all the carbon's getting filtered over time anyway. Which means we're balancing running these and filtering carbon. If the base starts filling, that's when we've got an issue. That's when we're going to have to work on like sucking carbon out, which in the end will only create more polluted water, which will in turn create more water, and so on and so forth. We're kind of building a very circular system. This we're going to tap into at some point. Right now, not useful. I will order up the next one to be checked. Just because, you know, you may as well. There's a buddy bud. It just so happens our route takes us in perfect line for accessing that buddy bud. Right, this is now all sorted, so we can start talking about vacuuming it out, which is fantastic. I also want a little bottle emptier. Do I want to put polluted water in there? I'll stick some oil in there, fuck it. We've got the oil. Printable. Oxyfern. No. Brine. We can print the brine. It'll get added to our tank, which it's got doing something for. Oh look, all the wiring, all the plumbing is done. So I think what we're going to do is start moving the system to cool more of the base, which means liquid bridge, deconstruct, put that at a very high priority. Are you going to leak? No, that's beautiful. And connected. Right, which means more of this will get pumped out, which is an even cooler temperature. And now let's watch the temperature in the base over here decrease. You'll start getting real blue over here. Real blue. Because it's going to come in at like 10 degrees and then get cooled further by this little corner here. And yeah, it will start bringing down the temps in here, which is kind of important because they get towards 30 degrees. Yeah, it's coming down. saw a 26 there for a second. The cooking station will cool a little bit as well by just by being this close. Look at that, it's some glorious blue spreading here. Loads of blue here. The temperature is going to drop. But again, that helps combat this entire area that's getting boiled alive by this. And we do have all of this, which is a chilly 6 degrees, which kind of gives me the idea of actually opening up this leaky oil fisher. Let's do it. I'm not going to build it a big tank. No, I want the ethanol taken out first because this will boil real quick. So an ethanol tank is now on the cards. So this needs crude oil as a high priority. I don't think there's any things that have... Ooh, yeah, we want that open. We'll have to ignore the temperatures up here for now. But that's fucking awesome. Gold volcano. Fuck yeah. That really takes away a lot of pressure on getting rare metals. Because like we can use gold instead of iron for quite some time. And then all the iron that we make can get turned into steel, which is fantastic. As soon as this is, I don't know, a couple of 100 kilos. Don't want it to overfill, but just enough. 200 kilos, this should be plenty. Yeah. Alright, we'll call that a day. So that's step one. Next we need some power being generated here, which would be 1. I'm going to do it out of lead because we are low on iron. And same with the power here, all lead. Because that will just start vacuuming this out over time. That's so good. That's also more boiling power. We've got more water cleaning power. But again, we're a way off that. We're quite some way off worrying about boiling water and stuff. It's going to take a while because we're going to keep getting overpressured here, which means I'm actually going to order up a decent dig of this. Not to there though, because we want that mopped. Should be another buddy bud in the base now as well. Don't know where. Here. Which is going to battle off the slime lung. Slowly but surely. Which will in turn decrease all this. Again, the more we fill with the floral scent in the middle, the less slime lung will get in, full stop. Oh, look at this. This is all floral scent. There's a bit of dirt on here, but it's fading because they're keeping it cool. Power-wise, I know the hydrogen, the natural gas scent will shut off pretty soon. It's already shut off. Okay, so we're hoping what we already have is enough to keep us running. Which these tanks are still full. We've still got 4 kilos in the air, so it's looking pretty good. And we're definitely, I'm thinking of getting rid of all these mill lice. Yeah, let's do it. Let's start getting rid of the mill lice. These don't have anything behind them, so we can just... Not that one. Get rid of all those. And then... because we want to alternate the way around these are planted, so we get... Actually, yeah, let's do one like this. No, because of the lighting, they need to be lit up. So we're going to have to copy the one above. So, yeah, to there. And from here to there. Yes. And fill up the middle with that. This will be more water being used, and we do have to be careful because we're running low on that. I say running low, I mean like the system can't take much more water being drained out of it without an issue. Because this is running near full time. Not quite, but near. Look at that, look at the cooling. How are we doing? Oh, the base is lovely. Look at this, this has turned green from yellow to green. The whole base is pretty much green. I could seal it off and it would stay green, but at the moment we're fine with having open spaces because we're still expanding. In here, what we're talking, it's decreasing. There is still all sorts of shit in here. But as they get pumped out, we can start worrying about filling this up. And we can start, no, because we want it vacuumed before we do that, because it will put off polluted oxygen, which will get sucked out, and we don't want it sucked out, because we're going to use this room to filter out polluted oxygen for fresh oxygen, yada yada yada. I'm going to have to kill off the slime lung, which means I may just put it in a room where it gets insanely hot, such as this. And yeah, we just suck it out, and it will work as a cooling system as well, because oh no, because then I have to cool the oxygen again, which could be a bit of a problem. It's beginning to get thin in here. It's going to take a while because it's quite a large room. It's beginning to get thin in there. I wouldn't recommend trying a breathing there, that's for sure. This is getting dug, which at the same time should mean the temperature in here will drop to around 25 degrees overall, which will provide some cooling for the water that comes out here. And I could use, well, I mean, but then I'm talking, if I do that with oxygen that we cook to clear out the slime lung, it's going to boil the water, which we do want to happen at some point anyway. Alright, well, we do want a ethanol storage, so let's consider that. Right, so if we build that to seal off this and stop the heat getting to the ethanol, what we can do is we'll build an ethanol storage system right here. It's not big, doesn't need to be, because it's not going to be that much, and I can use the ethanol as and when needed. That's an awkward size. We do that first, and then do that, and dig out that. Okay, let's get this done. Because that will allow us to clear up some ethanol. Ethanol has uses, man. You don't want to waste it. It's great as a cooling material too, because it freezes at very low temperatures, so you can use that to grow some very, very cold stuff. But for now, I just want it out of the way so I can start looking at this. So we can start getting a bit of oil. You're suffocating because you're going down here. I know, it's awful. And it's going to remain that way for a long time. And again, we do want access to this. I don't want to mix liquids, I just want straight oil in there. How are we doing? It's going pretty much just carbon and a bit of hydrogen. No more than a gram anywhere though, which is good news. It will take time. That will definitely take time. This is getting analysed, which is fantastic. It's not been dug out yet, but I'm not in a rush for that because it will start heating up the area. Okay, salt water doesn't bode well, but we can clear that up. I want it gone. Do you know what I should do? That. I'm sure someone can reach it, right? No, it's done anyway. Priority 9. Can you really not reach any of that? I guess not. I'll do that. We'll replace that with some tiles later. But right now, just build. And that. New printables. I'm actually going to have to raise the ceiling on that building by one. We do want the poke shells eventually. Stop. Cancel. I'll raise it by 2. And then we're going to refactor this. Cancel that because I know what they're like. They get themselves stuck in there. It's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. And they're going to get stuck up there. Someone's going to lock them in. Ay, 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 ay. But this is what I love about this game, man. Everything you do, you just discover something else you want to do to make that system better, or to clear up a chunk of your base, or it's just endless, endless. Right, that still needs vacuuming, but they're busy at the moment. I'd rather get this done sooner than later. 1, 2, 1, 2. Place this here, and then deconstruct all of that and cancel that. Right, we're almost there. This room is almost ready to start being useful. And the base is staying relatively tidy. It's getting... Is this actual food? No, it's just a seed. That's fine. I do need more people, because I need people tidying permanently, basically. Excuse me more. Now we can add a little 1, 2. Plumbing 1. Slow but steady growth. Slow but very steady. Now, what temperature were you at? 95 degrees. That's way beyond useful right now. Or way beyond useless, I mean. Right, let's set this to a 9 so it gets done. And then I actually want the whole thing swept out. Not that it provides much of a benefit now, but I just want it emptied. Stuff isn't being picked up. I know it is. Don't know why it was red then. Right, but what we want to do... Okay, what I want to do, right, because I want the dupes to do something near the base and for it to be taken out of the base. Right, so if we have in a place that isn't really used, which would be like here. Yeah, we could work with that. Place out there. Because we'll put this as an 8 for sand, well, a 7 for sand, and then we'll have the sand shipped out into a little storage bit here, which will then get pumped straight into this automatically. So that way the dupes don't go in there, because we'll lock it off. So, filtration medium, sand, put it as a 7. Oops, 7, there we go. It's getting emptied. And this will get filled with sand first, because these are only 5s. Because then what we do is they'll fill up this with sand first, then these. So the sand will get shipped out from the base into its little area. Salt water's not going to fill up anytime soon. Oh, that's what's going red, it's the salt water, because there's only one person that can pick it up at a time, that's fine. Okay. Now we can start talking about getting rid of ethanol. That will have access to nearly all the ethanol. Well, it will once we dig it out to a level. And then that will get turned into ethanol to be removed, and we'll start draining out the ethanol and start piling it up. It also will help cool this area in general, because it's going to be pretty warm, yeah. And then the cooling will just leak out over time, which is also fantastic. Something else? Oh, what have you sent me? What have you got here?
Want to have a kid or something to spice things up? I'm kind of bored.
Grandma, you stabbed me.
Want to have a kid?
God damn it, Grandma. Right, okay, ethanol is online. So, liquid, ethanol, high priority, get it moving. Mine eye irritation. You're stepping directly into liquid alcohol. That's your own fault. Don't swim in the liquid alcohol. That shit get you fucked up. Actually, I bet you'd absorb enough through your skin to get you drunk as fuck if you swam in ethanol. Yeah, I bet it'd fuck you up royally. Okay, let's shorten the travel time. Oh, we're almost out of polluted water from here. That's fantastic. Get it done. Right, these two squares have got to be dug out first, along with that. That's been done. And then that. And let the air flow. Damn, Grandma. You want crazy, motherfucker. Okay, sand making it. It's already filled with sand. That's fantastic. How are we doing? Getting close. And almost out of polluted water in here. And has any ethanol been delivered yet? No. Auto bowl is off, that's why. Getting cleaned up. How's our polluted water supply doing? Holding steady. Still not vacuum yet. Yeah, we are maxed out for research for now, that's fine. Ethanol's getting shipped in. Yes, it is. A chilly 1.2 degrees. Beautiful. Okay, once the ethanol's out of there, I can build a little tank to store some oil in, which we may as well start getting set up now. Which will not make it too huge, but will make it huge enough to really be nice. Awful shape, but again, we'll fix that later. 1, 2, 3, 4 floor. And we're going to get a nice amount of iron ore out of this floor. And just set the whole thing to a 9. Beautiful. Beautiful. Actually, I wonder if I could use the ambient temperature of the crude oil to clean the oxygen. Then I'd need to cool it. The oxygen, that is. And can you use ethanol in a steam generator? Of course not, it has to be steam, right? Seems like a downside because ethanol boils real easy. Or is that just the case? It boils to a too low a temperature. The temperature has to be high enough. Maybe it is. This is taking forever. Temperature 28 degrees. It's not great. How are we doing? Not great. Still filled with all sorts of shit. Okay, so what is that? Salt water. Get out of there. Get out of there, son. And we'll even set this to be swept down. There's just a lot of work to do right now. A lot of work. We do have nosh beans and nosh seeds. That's great news. Suffocating. Well, don't fucking suffocate then, mate. Because you're stuck. And it's me. Of course it's me. Get out of there. He lives. I live. Plenty of iron. Again, I can't allow people to crack it open because it'll boil them when they go to collect the iron and stuff. So it's another area that needs to be cleaned out. It's just an awful lot of work to do. Not enough bodies. I watched a parrot yesterday do the Let the Bodies Hit the Floor song. It was epic. Not in real life, obviously, in a video. Let the bodies hit the floor. He even took the pause between let the bodies hit the space floor. It was beautiful. Little things in life make me happy, and that made me happy. Almost there. Let the bodies hit the floor. So if I had a parrot, I'd teach it to say things that would make my nieces and nephews believe that it was once a human. That polluted oxygen is actually lovely because it means I can breathe down here now. The work gets done a wee bit quicker. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Are they actually still researching that? Yeah, they are. Well done. Okay. Preemptive research. Fantastic. These just flopping around. His state is actually flopping, isn't it? Yeah. Flopping, wild, hungry, happy. I don't know why it's happy. Stoned off its tits probably because it's breathing in carbon dioxide. We're beginning to run out of natural gas. I say run out. We've still got 3 kilos in the air plus the extras. I'm probably going to have to cap it at a pressure limit in here because otherwise it will just get too hot. Like the moment it starts erupting again. And you all know how much I like a good eruption. Come on, FNL. Not gonna lie, this pip over here is doing great work of just creating food for me. How do we make... What makes the tofu this? Yeah, do it forever. It's better quality food. So the game says anyway. Didn't they consume ethanol to grow, right? Yeah, ethanol to grow. So I'd have to manufacture ethanol at some point, but that's in the future. This, I'm now going to bump up the priority of this being done. because this is all good. To be fair, it needs to be emptied as well for all the iron and all that good stuff. Cancel that. Which means I'm probably going to run out of storage space pretty soon. Yeah, pretty soon. Well, we'll hold off for a minute anyway. Actually, I can use this to cool this down. It ain't great, but it'll work. I could actually even use this to boil that to make clean water. There's an oxyfern. Thought you escaped me, did you? What the fuck are you doing all the way out here anyway? Don't you forget about me. We are beginning to build up quite a bit of carbon dioxide. How are we doing for oxygen pressure overall? Fine. I'm not too worried then. This is still at 3 kilos. It still has 36 cycles to go. That's a lot, man. I was at a funeral the other day and I was asked to say a few words. And so I got up to the podium and I just said plethora. And my mate's widow came up to me after the service and said, you know, that means a lot. I butchered the joke, but deal with it. Fucking deal with it. Okay. Still not a vacuum, but we've been way too busy to vacuum that out. How are we doing? Where is this shit coming from? Because they're picking it up and dropping it because they're dickheads. Understood. There's another biome here that's likely to have fucking oxyferns, that's why. Beautiful. Oxalite print. Come on, I'd love to see like 20 more oxyferns. And then we're laughing because I never have to worry about oxygen production again. Even every one at this point helps. What's the temperature like? It's going to be nice and cool, isn't it? Yeah, look at that. Green, apart from where heat is literally being created. This is the edge of the map though. This area might not be very big. It does seem to spread upwards though. Or the dream lives on. This room's almost done. How about this one? Shit tons. No, this 9. Get it done. Fuck you, Pip. Clear? Clear. Okay, one room, empty. Next one, not at all. Any more oxyferns? I'm not seeing a single one yet. I'll break in down here though. There's a geyser there. A geezer, a geyser, a dude, a lad, a thingamabob. I've got tons of calories, right, so we're not lacking for food. Even removing some of this mill wood. I've still got room, I can still expand. Is the Buddy Bud winning yet? It's close. Might be the only oxyfern in the village, because this looks like the edge of the map. That is. Well, one more isn't a bad thing. and it's a bit of extra. That's a bit of extra oxygen. There's a bit of extra clean water, and yeah, I'm thinking it's probably the only oxyfern over here. But every single one helps. Produces more oxygen, consumes more carbon, puts us in a much better position. Which we're barely negative on the old carbon production, barely. And this isn't empty, this hasn't been empty, it's going. I don't have anywhere for the oil to go, do I? Alright. We'll dump any excess oil into here. Oh, goddamn sneeze. I do just have many back-end jobs going on. This ethanol getting shifted is one. It's cooling this area, which in turn will probably cool this. This needs. I need to work out what to do about that at some point. But at the moment that ethanol is out, it does mean I can start leaking in some oil. We can build up a little stockpile. Maybe use the oil to clean something. Speaking of crude oil, there's a temperature started dropping here at 27, 28. No, it's taking a long time, but that's because barely any water comes back out from this system. He says there's a couple of bits go past. What was that? 25 degrees exactly. So yeah, we're barely getting through any of this. This base is staying nice and cool, so I could definitely up the amount of heat we create. And then once this is vacuumed, I can start moving the polluted output from there into here, and we can begin the process of filling this base, this place with all the polluted water stuff and yada yada yada. How are all the little jobs going? We are fully in there, not seeing anything. I mean, maybe in there, but that pip we want to keep isolated because we will use pips later, and it's got a food source, it's got oxygen, carbon, it's fine. It's in its own self-built environment, I guess. I will want to use that carbon dioxide vent, but that's later on when I literally separate all these oxyferns off into a room, fill it with carbon, suck out the oxygen, all that good stuff. Walt seeds, yes, keep getting them. Because that's free cooling, which we can stick the pips into a room to do, which actually we could use to cool the water coming out of here. But I would need a lot of hydrogen. But that's a future issue. Right now we want this cleared out. Oil's getting dumped in there, that's beautiful. You need carbon coming in here. Do you know what? For that reason alone, we're going to give you access to carbon. Which means digging that out and digging out that square. That way you'll happily live here for a long time producing oil for us, because the temperature in here isn't going to drop very quickly at all. And we're out of stockpile room. Lovely. Now this room will get done, this will get done. I'm hoping we get this done before they die. Okay, how about we change it over then? This to an 8. Leave that as a 9. Because I want this done now, not later. It's a vacuum. Which means I actually have to double it. on both sides, plenty of room for carbon to flow down. Okay. Now this is where I could also use that carbon vent, farm up tons of these lava. But I need way more lava and way more power and stuff to make that work. But right now this is fine. Carbon coming down, yeah. Dig him out and he will have carbon, lovely. Sucking in tons of it. This is back to being done. And you shouldn't be able to fill this room up with hungry. You should be eating like no tomorrow. It really is. It's consuming like all the carbon that's over there. Holy fuck. Oh, look, this is almost there too. Pretty much just carbon with a bit of hydrogen at the top, right? Yeah. In the milligrams. Oh, still a bit to do here, but it's getting there. You're still hungry now. You've actually inhaled like all of the carbon. That's insane. They consume tons of carbon dioxide. Actually fucking tons of the stuff. I did not think they consumed that much. Lava, the new great suck. The greatest suck to have ever sucked. Well, actually, they would work on the back end of a. I don't think the pressure is transferring. No, it is. It's pushing back up. This is in the way though, but it'll even out. Last two bits, 7.2 tons. It's going to take a minute. 6.4. What? 20 kilos? Get the fuck out of here, son. What the fuck are you doing? 20 kilos. He's a sparkle boy. He's super happy. Sparkle, sparkle. What's this? Come on. It should only take like. No, there's 11.3 tons of igneous rock behind it. My bad. I was about to say it should only take a second. And there's still shit tons of stuff all over the floor because I keep dropping it. No, don't mop. These fucking idiots, man. How do I reach these keys? Well, beginning to get a little bit of what coming out. It's cooling the area. And we're down to the last few bits, right? Yeah. Thank Christ. Now someone get on that goddamn treadmill. There we go. Ay, 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 ay. It's going to take a long time. But no, it's hitting vacuum levels here quite often. It won't take as long as I thought. But But it's basically the furthest point. When that starts hitting about 5 mg, no, because it's got to go mcg next, doesn't it? Yeah. So when it hits about 100 mcg, that's when we're pretty much there. Another? I loved it. Another!
My wife has been getting incredibly fat. Doctors suspected that she had been infected by pregnancy, so we both got tested. Negative. Pregnancy positive. I immediately quarantined her. Who could have given her pregnancy? We all know anyone within 6 feet could have transmitted pregnancy.
Within 6 feet, holy fuck.
Or her supposedly gay best friend, or that waiter from her favorite restaurant, or that goat from the petting zoo. I gathered their hair samples to bring to the lab.
Jay, I got no hair, man.
He's acting suspicious. There is another simple way to test if the mailman gave my wife pregnancy.
No, man, I can flip.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh, it's getting there. Just the eternal suck. I usually do. It's dropping under 1,000 over here. That's nice, but still nowhere near enough. What's about 4,000 in the corners? Jesus Christ. I'll get picked up. I could, in fact, assist here. So we shall. 2, 3, 4. Do have 400 kilos across the board. This is getting close. This is a nice 0.1 degree. It is leaking a bit of coolness out here, which is good news. Good news indeed. I'd have all the kids and 0 consequences. Yeah, but you might have murder charges, you know. Locking someone in a room is pretty, kidnap at the least, I suppose. This will need draining in the future. What needs doing right now? How are we holding in here? 2.2 kilos, 26 cycles. How much is in each tank? 150 kilos a tank. So that's 300, that's 600, that's 900 kilos. Which is the equivalent of like 900 squares with a kilo in a piece. There is more down there. We might go and fetch that. Who's suffocating now? Get over it, Callisto. God damn. Just sneeze within 6 feet, boom, have a child now. Holy fuck. If that's how it happened, I'd be in a lot of trouble. Be in a lot of trouble. I've been in within 6 feet of many people. Many, many people. This is taking so long. Who made a mess? Why are you making messes? Because you're stuck, because you're a fucking idiot. At least you haven't suffocated yet. I mean, there is that, I guess. Now you've mixed liquids. Didn't your mama not tell you not to mix drinks? Which is the biggest lie on the planet. Mixed drinks get fucked up, son. dropping below 100. Who? Why? Idiot. We didn't find any other oxyferns, did we? No. Can we get past that? We can. We could even not worry about the water. There is a little bit of oxygen over here. Actually, don't bother. It's such a waste of time. It's not really actually, because there's a vent here. Vent may be useful, but if we're going to check that out, there's a better way to do that, which is here. And it's not a priority by any means, so whenever you feel like it, was boils and goils. We pretty much, yeah, we're kind of maxing out on storage pretty quickly now. 160, 170. Okay, we're getting close. How are we doing? Apparently it won't go no further because reasons. Ethanol's almost done, so that means I can leak the oil out. It's another step in the right direction. And then I could set up a system to boil this salt water, in turn generate more power, but I'd want to turn this into a vacuum, then suck in a bunch of hydrogen, which we're not ready for. And there is a thing down there. I may 3, 4 do the next level of dig here. It's a bit hot. Low priority. Stop suffocating. Get over it. The ethanol is decreasing. How much? Not a lot. We're almost down to the final level. It's the final countdown. This is not a vacuum. Oh my god, you're taking forever. I did see 2 MG there, which concerned me. Come on, because once you start hitting below 10, we're talking almost a vacuum. That's not almost vacuum. That's a long way off a vacuum. In fact, I saw it hit vacuum status. I'm close. Oh baby, we're close. Look at a vacuum. Look at a vacuum starting to spread. That's it. That's it. Suck it out. Vacuum, baby. Vacuum, baby, vacuum. Oh, look at it go. I love it when that happens. Just starts destroying the gas backwards. Oh my nom. What's this? Phosphorite. Sweep. Right. And there appears to be a pinch of pepper. Right, so that's the... I will just straight up remove all of that and that. I'll worry about the rest later. We'll sweep it up and then I can finally get this system moving. And clean that out. And that's going, it's going. We've almost got a nice layer of ethanol stored. Now, insulated liquid pipe, right? We're going to redo all of this. So it doesn't leak temperature into the base anymore. And then you'll come in with me into here, which we will just straight up dump here. Step 1 of liquid replacement service. I will disconnect this the moment they've actually got there. Don't care. I know we've got skills coming out of our mind, but I need higher morale, which we're kind of on the way to because we have improved the food. Do you know what? Everyone can have a skill level in something. You're going to be my decorator, so yeah, you get a level in that. You level in that. You like this? Well, yeah, whatever. Just fucking give him art fundamentals. You don't like nothing. That's cool. I can respect that. You're maxed. You're maxed. You can have one of those, and you can have one of those. Right, and now we can actually get into rebuilding this whole bloody water plant. Having it locked off is fantastic. We'll have to start automation as soon as well, but we'll do it step by step. First is getting polluted water into here. Thank you. Okay, now it begins. This will start filling. This will start filling with polluted oxygen. We're not worried about that. But we do also need to put a door on to ensure this stays as a room that we can use for wrangling critters. Goddamn critters. Okay, yeah, look, we've started to fill it. Fluid oxygen is now building up in top, which means every time dupes go in there, they're going to create a little bit of carbon dioxide, but we're fine with a little bit of carbon dioxide. That's not a problem. So, food, critter drop off here. Build a copy of this, make it out of gold, because why not? Our automation, what we want is shipping, actually. We want an auto sweeper made out of that for sure. And we have it emptying a receptacle. Here should be fine. We should be able to do everything from there. We need a mechatronics engineer. Understood. This needs to be set to critter. Poke shell spawn. Not quite ready to wrangle you yet, but we are on the way. Plumbing, insulated pipe. You suck up the polluted oxygen, polluted water. Should have turned the thing round, but it's fine. Pump you into here. This is a problem actually, because it can reach into this gap. Could I stop it? Maybe. We'll find out. If not, I'm going to move this. Actually, give me one. Zoom in because I want to see. You still have access. I have to wait for them to build these blocks so I can see if it actually still really does have access or not. Okay. Do you still have access? You do not. No? No. Perfect. Okay. Cancel. Won't let me build a copy like that. Understood. Auto sweeper. Turn it around. You have access there. You don't have access there. That's perfect. Right. Who's Mechatronics, you're gonna hate your life for some time. I casually dropped half an hour of content. That's what I'm fucking talking about. That's what I'm fucking talking about, sunshine. I need to get to this singular block. Excess work. But I loves it. The way to look at it is, that's half an hour more than if you did nothing. That's half an hour of shit, that's good shit. Okay. It's got nowhere near enough to start the system running, but we are almost at a point where I can do this. Right, so. Receptacles. Load solid materials into conveyor rail for transport. Yeah, we want that in terms of no, because then our creatures can't get to this. God damn it! I did this wrong. In fact, we don't need that. No, we do need that. The idea is legit, but I'm doing it all wrong. That. We need a stream that is a live reading of a certain Amazon review. I mean, yeah. I could review Amazon. It's bollocks. Don't buy. 1 out of 10 would not recommend. No, I kid. No, I don't really. Fuck Amazon. I want it to load, but I don't want it to pick it up. So, yeah, there's the place. Right, so that there. Right, and then what we want is shipping conveyor loader. Right, so this will pick up the polluted dirt. And then I want a conveyor chute to drop off the polluted dirt. Right, conveyor rail. Yeah, it can be made out of that, I've got tons of it. And then we just want to have, I mean, there's so much to do here. There is so much to do here. But it'll get done, it'll get done. Why are you disinfecting that? Do not disinfect that. Do not disinfect this. Do not disinfect that. Fuck me. Do not disinfect this. This room is filthy for a reason. And we've got to start getting this on the go pretty quick. I actually could turn this back on, but dump the water into this system instead. It isn't mixed, is it? No, it's just polluted water, that's fine then. Empty, you can destroy that. That and that. Get rid of that and that. Okay. And then reconnect this. Enable that. Is there any more polluted water to add to this? There is. Is it worthwhile doing it that way? Not really. Not really at all. Okay, so you take organic, is it? Polluted dirt? Because that's what this puts out, right? Polluted dirt. Produces polluted dirt, yeah, which will drop into here, which is food for the poke shells. Okay, so that's step one. Next, I need the filtration medium in here, which would mean setting up an auto here to pick up the sand, right? Which will go into a conveyor loader, which picks up the sand, shifts the sand, run it through here, Yeah. It's going to be a bit wonk. We will remake this as well. And run it into here. Into a thingamajiggy, which will be there. A conveyor receptacle. Unload solid materials from conveyor out into storage, yes. Okay. This takes organic, no. Filtration material, medium, sand, yes. That takes sand. Then it all needs powering, this needs adding in. Are we pumping liquid from here yet? This is on, liquid. Pipe blocked. Because this hasn't been built. Okay, they probably can't reach it, which is an oversight on my behalf. A 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2. Okay. That will help fill this with polluted water. Yes. Okay. Haribo gummy candy bear. Oh my god, yes. There's one about getting the shits, isn't there? It's fucking hilarious. Cut them up into cubes and eat them like the vile human being I am. Oh man. It's fantastic. Yeah, no, it's a whopper, man. I read it a long time ago, but it's fantastic. There are a bunch like that. I'm sure someone has made a collection of like funny Amazon reviews. I mean, I should do a reading of them regardless, but they're fucking amazing. How bad? 1.5 kilos. We're holding how long? 17 cycles. Eee, that's a wee bit closer than I would like. Aye, puppy. This is getting done. Right, next is, before we stick it on, because I want that to fill a little bit more, how are we doing? Still draining, all good. 200. Yeah, okay, that's almost ready to go on. And then we can replace this system. Okay. .92 kilowatts, how much does this take? 240 more, so I'd have to bring something off this system. How much are you on? 1.5. Oi, this isn't great. I think I'm going to need to expand power production to get this online. Then again, this will come off. That'll do enough to start getting this bit on. Yeah, okay. And this will replace that, and yeah, okay, we'll be fine. I took the cake once. It was terrible. Never be taking the cake again. Turned up to the wedding drunk. That's not acceptable behaviour. Okay, that's actually at a level that it could be turned on. Unlike me, I'm always turned on. Ah, fuck, where's all this coming from? Oh, because he's digging through there. Bollocks! That's also gone into my oil tank. Whoops. Put this to fucking super duper high priority. Look at them go, fucking machines, all of them. Oh, and it even got the extra that was stuck on top of the oil. That's beautiful. So yeah, I'm still working on this. Alright, which means I could even start getting polluted dirt out of here and placing it into here. So we've already selected polluted dirt, so let's put it to a 9. Can they manually load this? Allow manual use, yes. Just short term. Because once they've dropped the first load in there, I can start wrangling poke shells. Because they will then have food. Anyone want to deliver some polluted dirt? No, because the tubs that it gets delivered to are a 9 as well. I'll switch it to an 8 then. 8. How about that? Beautiful. No more manual use. Right. Let's get some poke shells. Any others nearby? 2. 3. Good enough. There's the first one. He's hungry. Polluted with dirt and rock piles. Yeah, you should go get this. We will block them in over here at some point. So that way this can pick up the sand and recycle it and all that good stuff. Oh yeah, there's no food. Fuck, I have to put the power on for that. Okay, we'll do it right now. We'll put the power into that bit right now. Okay. This was not how it was meant to go, but... Okay. They'll get done pretty fast. Got to stop using iron and start using gold. I forgot all about that. I will go around replacing it later. Is this empty yet? No, but it's getting there. This now has 600 a square, that's much better. This is also getting dug out, that's good. And it's going cooler. Very slowly, but cooler nonetheless. Some of this is just fantastic. I love that we got this working. Oh, what have you got? Oxyfen? Ethanol. Ethanol's good enough. Ah, speaking of ethanol, how's this project doing? Done. Which does mean I can start leaking this. It's going to get real hot in here, but we're fine with that. Because we'll just cap it off here. Wunderbar. I will turn this into metal because once this fills it should be a really nice hot temperature, which we can then allow this to dribble in, boil it, clean water. do something else with that over time. This is getting done slowly too. I mean, I did remove all the material from down there, and now it's kind of pointless because it's filling up with material again, but fuck it. An exercise in futility, that's my jam. This does have loads of polluted, but it's putting sand there. It is putting sand there. That's not good. I'm going to reset this for a little bit of manual use again. Allow one person to do it. Just to ensure that they stay fed for a minute. Polluted dirt, which they're consuming like all the polluted dirt instantly. Do not disinfect it. Disable disinfect. God damn. A waste of time disinfecting a building that is specifically designed to be in polluted crap. Is this done yet? Because that's the next stage of this. Actually, first stage should be build a copy. Liquid. Polluted water. 9. Enable water bowl. Deconstruct. And then mop the ever-loving fuck out of that, please. And that. The sand being here is a bit of a problem. I did not think that through. Because it would mean quite often we're going to have to go pick it up. But this should... it should be fine. You can leave the polluted dirt there. This is unnecessary now I think about it, because they'll leak the polluted dirt off the floor. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Mistake was made there. Fine. Use gold. Switch that there. Deconstruct that. And then deconstruct this. That. No, don't deconstruct those, just depower them. Because what I'll do is we will, when we lock this room off, we'll do a transport system into here, like add it on. We'll empty out all of the polluted dirt from storage. We'll keep one for storage so the dupes can access it, but it will just get funneled over here into this. Like that's got power. Once this has run out, which is on its last legs, which is great news. We can then start powering the sand transport, and then we're beginning to really get to the point of not needing to go in that room ever again. Pump not in liquid. Deconstruct. Power wires. We can have back all this iron. And we'll even, while we're here, deconstruct the piping. Piping gone. Okay. So now this can come online, right? Now gold, thank you. Yes, it can. Still going to be a little bit overloaded. Yeah, the wiring is priority 9, that's fantastic. This needs to be set to 9, no manual use, it will load, it'll get brought over. It'll probably have a massive backup, but it does also mean that the system is completely sealed. or almost ready to be completely sealed. Which would mean moving this, no, moving a door, a basic door, yeah, a basic door to here, and if they're not behind it, we'll build a second one of these. The odds are they won't be, so yeah, didn't think they would be. Copy the settings, it's not ready, obviously you can't copy them, you fool. One is in the correct place. Deconstruct that. Wrangle these two. Okay. Can someone come and do this? Thank you. Third one. Okay, this needs power. That'll need power. I will do that. New printables. Saying that, I haven't checked that power situation in a while, and we've got to be desperately low. How long? 10 cycles. I actually can't allow you to pump the room empty. Gold. What were you made of? Lead. God no. Gold. This needs to be done now. And the oil is beginning to leak. It's very cold at the moment, which is very nice. You took off the ammo, sir. Get fucked. If above a kilo. Okay. Now we're talking. This is back to pumping. Carbon's going over here, gets filtered out. Yeah. The system works. This is filling up crude oil, which is lovely. We're going to need all of that at some point. Okay, this system, let's finish it. Right, so what we need to do is rehook the outbound water from the outbound water here, which for ease of use we're just going to jump over here, connect it there, because we will shut this off, turn that on, one after the other. Okay, so if that's going to there, I need to power that. We're going to be way over target for a while. Way over power target, but we'll fix that. Because then the water should get pumped up to here, which we will then see the sand get loaded, I believe. And then that's step one. Has this been fully dug out yet? No, still partially covered. That's okay. Okay, so the liquid is getting to there. You won't be loaded with sand, I guess, until you get power. So next is powering that on, which we will just do like so and like so. Just put that as a 5 for now. It doesn't matter if it gets used or not. Not until we can lock the room, which I can't lock the room until there's power connected. Then I can lock it and start. There we go. Nope, still one more power bit to do. Okay. No, not right bound, only left bound. Okay, so this room is now sealed. It should run itself. Now, this needs to come offline. Liquid bridge. And plumbing insulated liquid pipe. Right, yeah, we do want to. No, what we want to do next is bring this over to here. Yeah, you may as well replace all of that. And that'll empty the tank into here. These bins will need replacing in here. And then this one too. Right, then plumbing, insulated liquid pipe. I can't deal with this until you've dealt with this. Because then we copy 2. I want 4 of these. I'll do 5 of them and then 2 for this for now. And one more. And then you guys have got to be quick about emptying all that. Right, now we can finish off this, deconstruct all of that. It's going to be wonky as hell for a while, but I'm fine with that go. You're going to move all that first, okay? I understand the need, but at the same time I need the water reconnected first. Okay. This obviously needs redoing, but for now, right now, that's the water back on. This system is sealed. Right, and running. And polluted dirt gets dropped in here. Right. So then next we want to get all the polluted dirt into there. But that can wait. So we have redone all this. That took some time, but it's there. It's now its own sealed room. We're now making sand. We're now completely self-sufficient here. There will end up being a massive stockpile of sand here, but we're cool with that. Because what I'll do is I'll no, I can't because that's too close. That's fine. If there's a massive stockpile of sand there, we will deal with it later. For now, though, I've got so much sand, it's fine. Because I'm sure, yeah, this is all backed up and this is still full. Yeah, we're good. I don't have to worry about that for quite a long time. The sand issue here we will have to deal with. Well, no, to be fair, that only loads polluted dirt, so we could, if that actually reached. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to move that around later. This is looking like it's getting done. Let's disinfect, because do not disinfect. Do not disinfect a fucking thing in here. That is disinfecting. I don't want it disinfected. Fuck. How do I stop it getting disinfected as a mass order? And do I have to do it individually? Fuck me. There has to be an easier way, right? Because that's not cool. What temperature is the sand? So the sand's going out kind of warm. But this will really help with this whole polluted oxygen issue we have going on. The oil is still building up. It's still cool. This is not getting done anytime soon by the looks of it. But yeah. So how much over are we on power? How much do I have to worry about power actually? Let's go check our system. Because yeah, we're beginning to drain out of our backup resources, which means this is barely enough to keep us functioning. We have to add more power to the system. So I'm looking at this. We've obviously got the oil. It's either that or we get into boiling stuff and we really start talking about you're still alive, which is fantastic. There is not enough carbon here, but I can't. I need the carbon. Carbon is needed here. Oh look, is he coming to work on it? Yay! And you never know, we might see another oxyfern or something which would again assist us. Once this is drained, I don't know what I'll put there instead, but it does give us another empty spot, which means I could then work on building a oxygen creation system here. I don't know how we clean it, but that's obviously something we worry about a bit later. Is this cooling down? 20 degrees? What temperatures of water coming out? 32.2. Theoretically we could use this to cool the water. That square can go, that can have a bit more ladder built, because, you know, why not? A little bit extra base cleaning and tidying is always worthwhile. We have how long? 6.4 cycles. This may last us until then, but we need to really start looking at getting the next bit online. And we should do it while we got this water supply here, because it acts as a barrier. So, can we get in there with that? Yes. But the lack of oxygen down here is really going to stop us. It's an issue down there for sure. Could probably build another Atmo suit. But hey, this is fine. There's a bit of sand there, that's fine. It's fine. It's acceptable. Yeah, I should have built this a bit closer. Trying to fix it now is a bit of a ball ache. But that really reduces our jobs, as you can see. Stuff's being done now that wasn't getting done before. We'll leave these here while they're cleaning this. It's fine. And yeah, I suppose we just concentrate on finding more power. And yeah. So what's this then? This is now not a priority, but it's pretty much up there with what I want to know. Plus, you show me what's here. Oxyfern, baby, come on, show me where you are. Show me your oxyfern, baby. Oxyfern, baby, oxyfern. It's not going to be. It's just water. Oh, there's one. Wonderful. We shall prepare your bed, sir. The spaghettification of the base is already well underway, which is of course what we want to see. The more I did not mean to empty storage, that's fine. Bang. Two. It's a miracle. And we have a really nice supply there. We really do need to increase our polluted water, because we're going to run out of that, no worries. So yeah, any sources of polluted water we have. I mean this, but it barely produces enough to care about. What are you? Cool steam vent. That's definitely useful later. It's a special tool we'll use later. But right now, you don't matter. Right now, what does matter are these delicious oxyphones. And it's a little bit more exploration. We'll see more of what's around us, more of what we can use. Alright. So yeah, power is a big fucking problem right now. Suffocating, yeah, because it's miles away from any oxygen. I know. Sort of. So polluted water. Where is some polluted water here? Getting into there isn't easiest, but let's try and create a tank. Not like a full-on tank, but just a little bit of it. What's going on there? Oh, because they've analysed it. I thought they were like O2 bubbles or something. Someone's dying in there. That's fine. Oh yeah, but this is crazy hot here. Interesting. This is plenty of polluted water for quite some time though. Oh, I do want to add a lot more, but this will do for now. We've not even emptied the bucket, as it were. Okay. Right, but if we add this, right, we'll create more polluted water, which would enable it to actually be drained out. Because boiling it's all well and good, but it removes, it would remove the need for this, which we want this because it's providing food for these. Even though it's food we can't access, that doesn't matter. But because it just produces sand, it becomes a closed system. It becomes something we don't ever have to worry about. That is the dream. Okay. We're almost at 1 oxyfern. And when we add these two, I will add one more person. Oh, look at that 1 oxyfern seed. Beautiful. The life giver. Suffocating. That better be you. Yeah. Oh, oxyphone. I hope there's some more. I really fucking do. The question is, what do I really do to improve our lives? Plastic would help us get around quicker. That means processing oil. Getting steel would help because it means we can do some more complex buildings. I'm going to need to deal with this at some point. Which would produce salt, and salt would be useful. We should also create salt at some point. Salt to table salt. How much do we have? 71.4 tons. Yeah, I would like to. Let's put that as a forever job. Just make all the salt you can. And we're kind of maxed out on storage yet again. Give me another row. Give me 2 actually. I'm tempted to build again a sand storage system, but this is kind of fine for now. The real question is, what can we automate? Well, we want this to empty out. That removes this. Stops a lot of polluted oxygen getting into the base, which would lower the slime lung, which would improve people's mood, which, you know, circular fucking happiness. I am thinking though, we do want some suits, so I'm going to queue up another suit. This though, I mean, it's good, but at the same time it ain't. Yeah, no, if it's filling up that, I think it's time for a new suit, and we'll actually place it like here. I should really place one to get in here. That would mean really dealing with this. Okay, let's do it. I have no idea what's behind here. What's behind door numero, whatever the fuck this is. Alright. So how big are the stations? Ammo suit checkpoint, 3 high. Okay. So I can fit that one there. But then with the door being here, okay, so we're going to seal off this side. This is no longer going to be an exit. So what we're going to have here is the ammo suit checkpoint, which will leave a gap of 4. Build the flooring. Run the gas. That way all of this will be accessible. Continue with the flooring, please. Yeah, it's awful down here, we know. We're working on it. No printable. Wart seeds all day. The iron is useful, but the more wart seeds we have, the better off we are later when we need cooling in general. Actually, we could use it to build a cooling room here, stick a couple of pips in, stick an arbitrary in. No, we should have a separate pip and arbitrary area to make ethanol. Alright, one job at a time, right? So we're going to deal with this first. Right, I don't want to move this, that's too much work right now, we'll leave it there. What is? What is?
Hey, how's it going? Pretty good. I went to fuck it. What? Fuck it. Okay. How was it? Very good. Ask my wife where to go. She said fuck it. Good. Where did you go next? Bang the cock. Hey, how's it going?
Bang the cock.
Pretty good.
Bang the cock. I mean, someone's got to bang the cock, right? Can you not reach these? No. Okay, fine. It's slow. Slow, but we're getting there. Fuck it, Bangkok. I mean, some days it be like that. Okay, that's almost empty. This has a lovely level of water in it. Should keep us operating for quite a long time. I do need to explore more. I need to find more stoof. Alright, I will add the next decent dupe that comes in as well. Right, deconstruct that. Station, need to make a iron atmo suit 1, put it on order. Atmo suit checkpoint. I'll just have it here for now. And then a atmo suit dock. No, that's facing the wrong way. Atmo suit dock. And then ventilation, gas pipe. That's the O2. No, it should really go to here, down, round, and in. And then gas bridge. Fill it up. And then power. Unlimited power. I don't like it being there, but I've got to. Yeah. Right, that will help get the CO2 flowing, I hope. I think I'm producing more CO2 than I can suck up. Which is fine, because then it means I'll create more polluted water by sucking out the CO2. But not leave empty, deliver soup. High priority. Fantastic. Now, we will eventually have access to that when the O2 gets flowing. Okay, so if carbon dioxide is a problem, we have a solution, which is carbon skimmer. Skimmer! I chuckled. So we put that here, right? The old carbon skimmer. Oh, I could really do with a cup of tea. Yeah, this is fine. Half the water freezes as it hits it, that's cool. Alright, so carbon skimmer. And it doesn't matter how hot the water is coming into this, so I would like to use a hot water source, which is more power on the system, which we can't use anyway. We're going to have to tap into this with the Atmo suit, which has no oxygen. Yes, okay. Where would we procure the water from, though? Nice hot water from here. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. So we're limited on power. That is the bit. How long till you come back online? You're already online. That's great news. So now we'll start refilling the tanks. That's great. That's fantastic. Can we automate anything to reduce the energy usage? That's a good question. It's using a lot of power though. What the fuck would it reduce our energy usage? Don't need that. I said I'd take a new dupe. Tidying, cooking. Yeah, do you know what? We'll have you, because that'll be your two main roles. So where are you? May. Tidying, cooking. Okay, that's what you do. That's your life. Tidying and cooking. You need to go onto this schedule. Awesome. Okay, yeah, we should be getting some oxygen pumping around now. Yes, slowly but surely. Carbon's getting dealt with. Okay, so we're not quite there yet for that. Although it's a decent idea to use, say, carbon dioxide geyser to fill this, which we will automate, but I need enough O2 in here to really start adding this to our system. Because once that's online, I really don't have to worry about heat. I think I will build. How much do we have in storage? Enough to do, I'd say 3. It's going to be a lot of O2 getting sucked into these, but it's worth it. It will take forever for these to get delivered to get powered with O2, but we're fine with that. It's cool. We're set out a steady nearly 2 kilos in the base. This could be automated, so why not? Atmo sensor. No, because it will mess up. We do want to get this offline at some point. I want it gone. And it will just become a thing of kind of using the resources we've got. I've forgotten half of the things I wanted to do, but fuck it. Whatevs, Trevs. And this is almost dealt with, which means the polluted oxygen will slowly leak out of here. It'll get filled with carbon, which is fine because we'll just then cut it up, let the carbon leak, and it's all good. What else could I do that would be useful? Anything to check out? Any vents? Any vents? Anything useful? Not that I can see. Could look at getting a buddy bud. We could definitely cap this off and cool off the iron, the gold, which would be nice. What would I could use use the excess salt water, but again that requires power, which we are not ready for. This is getting full, which is good news. Yes. Keep it coming. Let's begin then. Let's start adding this to. We should actually build its own independent storage system that adds into this when this runs out, which means this room we need steel. I need to use oil. Oh my god! I need to use oil to make plastic to call the oil that I'm using to make the plastic, and the oil that I'll use to make the steel. Right, let's start with that, shall we? So, steel production. I need power. Oh, this is a circular fucking issue. Right. So I should, right, go and tap into this. Let's be real. We need more. We should make a massive storage system continuing down here, which means getting into all this, draining out the ethanol, because otherwise it's going to leak into which we don't want. How do I get to that ethanol then? I do not. Can't even get to it from the back, really. I suppose I could drain it into something like this. Yeah, okay. It's going to be pretty funky, but we can make that work. Dig that out. Build this. Dig that out. That. Release that. Dig that. Cancel that. Okay, that'll get the ethanol out of the way, which we can then drain. Which I can then start accessing this and using it as a massive natural gas storage. Which this is just going to take a lot of time, isn't it? Because even with these arrived, we're not. I mean, are we pumping enough oxygen? We have got a backup. I could put another one online. I'm using so much power off that line though. What's this one on? Low, okay. So, how do I get some stuff off one line onto the other? Right there. Yeah. So we bring that down. No, don't use iron. Gold. Bring this down by 1, bring it over by 2. Deconstruct priority 9. That. These are priority 9. Okay. That keeps the cooling system online, which the base is. Still lovely and cool. We're pumping in a ton of heat from this right now, which obviously is an ideal long term, but it'll be fine for now. Barbecue's all cool. Insufficient oxygen generation. I know that's because we added a new guy and we're sucking out tons of oxygen right now to get these online. So gas, yeah, it's filling slowly. Right, so this is still online. The power has been reduced on the other line. Still 2.4. This is 1.6. We can definitely add some more to this. We'll take off the lights. It ain't much, but it's a bit extra. Deconstruct 9. Because as long as we kind of balance out power on both sides, it should be okay. Temperature in here is toasty. We are going to have to deal with that temperature at some point. But 150 degrees, we're just whacking a steel pump and it's all good. And the moment we add in all of this, we should be able to fill up a huge room full of natural gas and store tons in the back. Okay, so power. Again, that's only 120 watts over. This is got barely 100 watts to spare. So if I can knock, I could knock one of these onto that somehow, some way. Give me the gold. Alright, I have an idea. Bring that up. Connect it there. Just robbing Peter to pay Paul here, but if we keep it balanced, it means they'll never overpower and fucking break wires and shit. I don't really think they can at the moment, I think, because they can only have about 1000 watts running fully at one time. Or 1000 watts can be powered to the battery at one time, so the battery can discharge as much as it likes, but each cable can only do 4000 watts at a time. So it should balance out, really. Because these, from here to this wire, 1000 watts goes in, which then gets stored. Because it's very rare that 1000 watts is getting pulled off all at the same time on the same cable. What's wrong with you? Body temperature? You should be freezing. Well, not freezing, but you should be nice and cool. Yeah, it's only 23 degrees in here, so it has to be the water that's coming in super hot, right? It is, it is. So, to make this even more stable, this water needs to be cooled, which I can't do in there because it's still 30 odd degrees. Which means I need to build that correctly to cool any water in it. We're beginning to almost have a backup here. The oxygen pressure's definitely dropped. This is now offline. That's a bunch of power back. And in turn, it's a bunch of iron as well. Okay, so plumbing, we start stripping that out too, make the base a bit tidier. I think it helps with decor, I'm not 100% sure, but I do think it helps. Right, and then that means we can start talking about cleaning the entire thing up. I don't want to deconstruct all because you'll fuck me over. Buildings. Will that do the job? I fucking hope so. Please don't fuck me over. Yeah, okay. Alright, let's up the priority on that. And there we go. We can definitely start talking about doing this now, because then I can actually build a purpose-built hospital, which I should build lower down here. We'll build it here, I think. They're picking up aluminium ore and stuff, which is good, because we need to use that up. Need to check out that, need to dig up here, check all this out. Do you know what, as a background job, knock yourselves out. I am going to leak some salt water, which is going to go where exactly? That's fine. Those can't be reached, so give them a ladder, because I'd rather get it done, not have it just sat there. Again, if oxygen does become an issue here, we'll rapidly start fucking dirtying that. I can't think of the right word. Run out of aluminium. That's also fine, because this also allows better movement of oxygen and stuff through the base. We are pretty much full. We are full on all of our storage. That's harsh. We only have 2 alive. How many eggs do we have? because we do want to make sure this is only one. Are you guys old? You don't tell me yet. Egg chance stat. How old are you? 40 out of 100. How old are you? 81. Concern. Free iron. Free my dude iron. I'm sure there's someone in prison called Iron. Okay, it does look like we've actually filled up the system, and it's down to 1.88, which is fantastic. Give me more gold. You still have a bit of room. I did this because I wanted to take these off that system. I can add one thing to it, so let's first of all get rid of all that. Are we pretty good over here in terms of workload? Yeah. It's looking nice. I still need the oil, which is now heating up to a point. It's very fucking hot in there, which is bad. But I can't cap this back off. Shit. I'll just cap the room off and we'll deal with it when I've got a... Oh, that was very fucking bad. Can you not? That was way more fucking salt water than I expected. Let's drain it out. Ah, yes, they have access back out that way, which is not cool. Because now he's fucking wearing a suit. No, don't unequip, too late. You're going to drop a suit into the beyond of nothing. And you're a cunt and all. Oh, honestly. Fucking dupes, man. They're so stupid. Do this now. Did you just? You fucking did. Right, move to. Here, now. Get the fuck out of there, you idiot. Oh my god. Infuriating. What was up here? Cancel that one. I've already had enough cleaning up water. There's more polluted water, which is nice. At the same time, I don't really care that much for it. Okay, well, this is coming down in temperature, which is good. Still need it to be lower though. The base is fine. It is honestly just the temperature of I'm producing salt all day, which is going on the table, so they're getting a morale bonus from that. I do have room for 2 more dupes. Right, so they've delivered all the suits back. Okay, so now I'm going to get involved in... Wait, I was doing the power. I was doing the power. Okay, so I would like to take at least 1 suit onto this network, which overpowers it by like 20 power, but that's also fine. Why would you go in there to breathe? You're wearing an Atmos suit with oxygen in it. You, the fuck, man? These guys are for real. They're for really fucking stupid, that's what they are. Christ alive. We got gold. Fucking hell, man. This game. I guess you're real bad. Right, the tanks are filling. Okay. Power. This is getting power. That's fine. It gives me 3 dupes at the maximum that I can work with down there, which is all cool. Carbon is beginning to look like an issue. But it's fine. Famous last words. But no, we want those suits because then I can access hot water. I need to make steel. I do need to make steel. But I need power. We get this connected, then I can worry about making some steel. Because once we make the first few loads of steel, I can take the system apart, remake it, yada yada yada. And we can also use the hot water to do things like make more oil. Now that we've got access to this, I'm actually more than happy. Did I say stop? To go and check out what the fuck is in here. Because it could be useful. Plus, I don't think this is quite the bottom. No, there's room. There's room. This is a big map. But I think the dream for me really is to fill up most of the map with dupes. There's a frozen core. Okay, that's cool. It's taking forever to get through that, but that's very cool. There's a lot of water. I am going to attempt to not put this and that, because it's just in the way. And plus, I can actually get the oil from here if we yeah. Stop getting ahead. We need the power first. But I want to check this vent out. Vent, power, refinement. That's the next set of jobs. If this is a leaky oil fissure, that's fucking fantastic. Because I could just even dig into here and just let it run forever. Because it won't, like, this is minus 100 degrees. It won't get through that anytime soon. Ice, don't care, don't care, don't care. And look at that, there's no more polluted oxygen there. This is filtering out any it finds. And the polluted oxygen is basically above the base now. That's great news. We've got the third suit on, we've got 3 people running in and out. And we're almost at this one. It's looking gravy. It's looking so gravy, I want to go make a cup of tea. Our calories have gone down though. That does concern me. Because I'm even thinking about more natural gas, right, and pumping oil. But the issue becomes, if I've got too much natural gas, oil production will stop. What are you? Polluted water? Don't dig that out yet. What temperature? What temperature? 30 degrees. That's actually fucking awesome. I will actually, no, we need power first. Then we'll invest in getting that done. Yeah. Okay, so we've started to move this. Clear all that out, please. That can't be reached. Give it another ladder. And then plumbing, pitch pump. Knock it down by 1. Dig that out. Dig that out. Bring the ladder over and down. That will allow us to clean this out. This is full, which means I'm not producing enough heat to care, which is hilarious because the base is quite large and there is a lot of heat producing items in the base, which means theoretically we could use it to cool the water somewhat. No, I'm much happier with the idea of using this to cool the water when it gets cool anyway. Which means that's another job to be done, but again we're going power right now. Clear out the ethanol, because we'll add more ethanol into it to keep clearing it out, and then we'll start building the chamber down. Cap it off here, up, cap it off along this edge roughly. We'll bring it over a little bit. But that will leave a huge natural gas chamber. It does make transport a little bit of a problem, but worry about that later. Having a huge natural gas chamber is just sick. Because we're back to filling these up. It isn't enough to last us. That's the issue. And even when I add the extra one on, it's only gonna last as long as I can start getting steel. Because then we can move this and build it into a purpose-built like heat chamber to actually suck out all of the water from it cleanly. We do have tons of water. And our polluted water, it just takes so long for us to burn through it. The quantity we have and the way it all works, we've just got so much. But that polluted water vent is real nice. We will be using that for sure. Speaking of, I freed that lava a long time ago. It's alive, or one of its descendants is alive, and it's still pumping out a bit of oil here and there. So much so we've got one full block here. It's very nice. It even laid an egg. So I may actually give it its own little chamber just because it's oil production free. Yeah. Speaking of free oil production, it's getting hot in here, isn't it? Yes, very hot indeed. That's fine. You can store up in there forever. So what's my limitation? It is power. And we are working on it. I will begin to what? No. Digging. Yes. I will begin to dig a pathway to get this out, because we're going to need to dig loads here anyway, eventually. I just want this to drop a bit further before we start adding it in. And we're collecting iron, we're making iron. I could probably collect enough oil to start setting up the refiner, but I'd want it somewhere where I can build its purpose-built box above it. So this could work, or below it. Yeah, we could do it below it. We could have it refining here. No, because it's too close to these, it would cook them. I'd love to have it somewhere where heat was beneficial, or not important. So how about we find somewhere hot, like here, or the other water vent, which is down here. I wanted to use the hot water. Oh, there's so many things I want to do. Power. Just concentrate on power. Expand power. This is taking ages to get sucked up, but it's got to be done, man. I need the ethanol out, and this is no longer looking like it's going to be large enough. Checked all. I do want to get 2 more dupes in, but we just don't have the room right now, and I need to expand the food because we're fluctuating by like 40,000 calories, which is not cool. Okay, have we filled up? No. I could start this. Right, so if we ignore that for now, bring it down to here. Right. So about there, yeah. And then what we'll have here is the beginnings of this. So we're not going to worry too much about the natural gas we're going to lose there. It will end up back in the system eventually anyway. But let's start moving this into place, which brings me to here. Which, to really seal this off, we're going to have to check this out. So that's another job on the back of that. So let's go for that. Now there's work to be done. Level up in athletics, you need it. Speaking of, people are going to need levels in suits. We're not quite there. We are hitting 20-ish as a steady morale setup. These, I mean, the water supply. How bad? Not bad. It does shut off from time to time, so we can add a little bit more to this system. Which means I think I would like this room to be gotten rid of. Yeah, we'll move it all down. 1, 2. Power is the issue, isn't it? Yeah. I keep forgetting that. It's power. Power. I could. Right, okay, let's place that there and then let's talk about actually extending this as a tank. Can they jump one gap or two? It's one gap, isn't it? So we move that over. Gives us a bigger tank, which I could then further go one. That's pretty much it. But it should allow me to get access to then this to drain it into there to push our production forward rather than waiting continually. Still needs taking out, but if this is out of the way I can concentrate on emptying all this. And it needs to be analysed, right? Yeah. And while we're at it then we can do a little of this. We can jump too high, so that'll work. And the edge of this is where? Here. Bring it down. That's the edge. Okay. For now, just throw a door on it for now. And seal it. It begins. This is going. Which is a little bit more exploration, allows me to see a bit more. I doubt there's anything there, but it's worth checking. And I need a cup of tea. Popped eardrums because there's so much polluted oxygen there. Oh, it's fine. Polluted water we'll pull and deal with. We'll deal with it with the ice block here, because yeah. It's much later program. Much later program. Much later fucking thing to deal with. This really doesn't matter right now. I should really stop processing iron here because it's actually a waste. Oh, we've already stopped. That's cool. I bet you I still don't have a lot. 5 tons, yeah, not a lot. What's the pressure in here? Standard here, standard. This is going to flood this room, right? So I do need to actually drain out a bunch. I'd rather not. Do you know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. As long as I can access the door, it doesn't matter. Which I should be able to. And yeah, I'm not seeing anything here. We'll find out. Temperature, a very warm 80 degrees Celsius. Pretty fucking hot. 30.4 in there. We're beginning to run low-ish on our polluted water, so I think this might be the perfect place to start draining some from. If we can't access the door, that is. Unreachable. It's coming along now. It's fantastic. We did access the door, so rummage, 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 and we'll start the exploration of this neural vacillator. We've got warm sweaters all round, who cares, but we'll throw them on you anyway. Don't think it will do much for you, but might give you a little bit of a bonus. And that's kind of what we're about right now. Speaking of, I could, if I do have a decent decorator, I do now. Furniture. Let's get some paintings going on. Landscape canvas. Actually, blank canvas. Yeah. Portrait, actually, do they fit? Yeah. Here we go. There you go, a bunch of fucking paintings. Forget your troubles, come on, get happy. Get the fuck out of my face. Okay, neural vacillator unlocked. Let's send Geo. You didn't pick up your sweater, did you? Yeah, no. Complete. Nice. Here we've got muscles on muscles on muscles, son. Okay, starts leaking. This should not overfill. Maybe. Maybe too much. No, we're good, we're good. Let's get mopping. There we go. Right, once I've collected all that, how full are we? Hey, it's getting there. And a cup of tea is still on my mind. I get distracted too easily. Okay, so from the floor, 1, 2, 3, 4, floor, 1, 2, 3, 4, no, floor, no, too high. 3, 4, floor. It wasn't. Ignore me. One, 2, 3, 4, 4. We're off by like a square, but that's fine. Colony achievement earned. Don't know what for. Tell me. Sure. No, it's not hit a single achievement I haven't earned before. There are a bunch I have not earned before for sure, but for now we're all gravy. 300 cycles. Alright, well let's start mopping up a bit of this polluted water if we can. Obviously cancel the spots we can't reach. It adds a bit more back into the system and it cleans up the base and stops us getting so much polluted oxygen. It's all beneficial for sure. Right, let's leak the rest of that into this collection. Same with that. And that gives us more algae, which in turn produces oxygen for us as and when we need it. We are now beginning to get a bit messy with this carbon. It's beginning to build up a bit. There is an awful lot of it stacked over here as well, which needs dealing with. So really, my issue is carbon. So the moment we get that power kind of connected and dealt with, which relies on a few of these ethanol bottles getting out of the way pretty quick, and then I can rush it to the moon. Because even bottled, they will turn into gas, which is not cool. And that should pretty much be all that ethanol out of the way, which means I can continue with at least laying out the plans for this. And then the moment the ethanol is gone, yeah, it becomes a question of dig and build. Can you dig it? Fine. That section first. Cancel that obviously. And on we go. It has begun. It is sealed from the bottom, so I could technically start breaking through here. No, because then the suits will fuck each other up. Which means we do actually want to get rid of that door eventually. So I can't break through until way later, but at least this is analysed. It's dormant for now. 43 cycles, which it comes on just before this goes off, which means we're pretty safe. Does mean we're still lacking in a lot of power, but means we shouldn't run out of power, especially as I'm hoping it doesn't take 43 cycles. And why would you take off a suit full of oxygen to breathe in a room that has no oxygen? One does wonder. If I put another one on in here though, we're going to start hitting 100 plus degrees, and the equipment we have can't take that. So I think, therefore I am a potato, we're going to have to just work with what we've got, I guess. But fuck, it's not enough power, man. It's not enough power. Oh my god, what do I do then? Just bitch about it, I suppose. Oh, I guess not. I guess we just keep ploughing forward. We get there when we get there, I guess. I guess I'll go make a cup of tea while this is getting done. Saying that, I forgot to do this on the opposite side, which does need building and sealing and all that good stuff. Let's finish off this. Okay, that's everything set. So a lot of resources we're going to dig up as well. The pressure in here will drop like a stone over time, but this is great. We're not going to have any water leaks. We are going to have to filter out a lot of crap, but that will happen over time. Yeah, this is all good. All good. It's just going to take him forever. Do you know what? We'll leave it running. I've got enough calories. We're definitely not out of food. Yeah, I've got time to make a cup of tea. Right, back in a couple of minutes. I'll leave this box running here and you can just watch them dig and build and dig and build. little bit done, not too much, but a little bit. Printable. Get out of here. Joy seeds, they're good decorating. Yeah. Man, I'll just put some food on, and I've already decided I wanted something else. I wanted pesto, which is nothing like what I've just put on to cook. Fuck it. It happens, man. Buyer's remorse, or cooker's remorse, I suppose. Actually, it did quite a lot. It's almost ready. It's pretty thin on the ground in terms of natural gas. But again, 38.7 cycles. So we're a while from having power. Anyway, it's kind of, I could try to reduce my power usage. That's the way to go. It's crude. I wanted masterpieces. Why do I have crude shit? I have a masterpiece. Oh fuck. I'm not having crude stuff. Masterpieces or bust. Who the fuck made some crude shit? They need to slap. Oh no, I have tons. I was just thinking then, do I have enough reed fibre? I've got 114 cracking around, that's fine. Bottom half's pretty much all done. We will seal it off from this end, there will be no access, it will just be one big room, and we will have tank after tank after tank. Because what we'll do is we'll pump in the extras we make from like the oil reservoir and stuff. But for me to increase our power, we've got to I've either got to cool the room, or I've got to have better equipment that can take higher heats. Both are a little way off yet. A little way. We were doing this as well, but again, it's a power issue. Fuck it, let's just... Alright. This is going to get rebuilt anyway, so we're not worried about the exactitude of this at any point soon. I'm making that out of iron. Yeah, fuck no, cancel those. This, yeah, gold amalgam's fine. This, excuse me. This, gold, yes. Cabling, gold. Heavy watt conductive plate made out of gold, please and thank you. Heavy watt wire made out of gold, please and thank you. 1, 2. Automation wire made out of gold, thank you. We'll just bring it down here. This won't be, like I said, this is not it. What I ideally have is a very fucking hot room before I put it in there, but we're going to have to do it the old fashioned way and heat it up ourselves. Because we're going to end up with a bunch of gas at the top or bottom that we don't want, but that's much of a muchness right now. I could have probably rushed into some oil power, but no, fuck that. This is getting so overfull. This is slowly filling and the temperature is coming down. It's almost at a point where we can cool the clean water coming out, which is coming out at about 32 degrees. Which is warming up the base somewhat, which if I do that it would reduce... Well no, it doesn't reduce the power because the power's not being used anyway because the system's always fucking full. To be fair, it does shunt the odd bit out. Just the odd bit, it's not much. Which realistically would mean we could move this whole system somewhere lower and deal with that. Speaking of things being dealt with, this still hasn't been anywhere near dealt with. Slow but steady. I think I'll do another 50 odd minutes of this and then I'll play something else. Because while progress is slow, man, the game is kind of built that way. The mid game is very slow. Late game is very fast, early game is very fast. Oh, it's especially slow if you build stupid systems like this because you want to just make it all work as one. And I chose to be kind of production neutral. I didn't want to have too much. I was struggling for O2 in here. Carbon is still an issue. But we get this online, I can talk about. I can deal with. Why is this not getting built for love nor money? Get done. It's very hot gold, but fuck you, get it done. We've got med beds for a reason. No, we are beginning. Oh, the base is beginning to get. No, it's not. It's just that one corner. That's fine. There is a lot we could shut off though to improve the pressure of our base, but as it's not an issue yet, I'm not gonna. These two are probably not working often anymore. This system seems to be holding itself together fantastically. We do have 2. We don't have any eggs. How long do you have? 16. You're a newbie. You are 59. You're quite old. I don't think we're producing enough food to keep them running all the time. Which means I do need to start automating this into that. Yeah, because the moment the polluted dirt gets made, they eat it. Well, it should stabilise at 1 of them, if that's the case, which isn't great, but it'll work. That might be the upper limit to their ability. Right, well this is finally on, which means I can actually organise the power once again. So we'll take the bottom half of this off. Building is way more important than just constructing right now, if you don't mind. How is that gas pump doing? It is pumping oxygen around, so I'm cool with that. You didn't build it. It's okay, it's still online. That was my bad. I thought this would have come offline, but if it doesn't, it doesn't matter. No one's delivering gold. We are clearing this out. It's close. Close to being complete. Which means then we lock the door at the bottom. We open this up and it's all done. Which also means, yeah, this is beginning to overpressure a bit, which is great news for us as well. Because it means we do get more out of here than we can use. I need to copy the settings over. Okay, so that does mean there is enough power now on one line, because it's 1200 watts to stick on a. We have, yeah, we brought it all down across the board. I could even pop that on. So we now have enough power to start refining, which means I would really like to get my hand on a bunch of crude oil. So we're going to have to start pooling the crude oil here so I can pump it. I'm going to actually do it down here at the refining because we don't care about the water getting extra hot. And we want to fill the refiner with crude oil. No, we don't care about filling with crude oil to start with. We just care about making enough steel to start with. Because if we make enough steel, then we make a steel refiner. Then we fill it with oil. We cook the oil as we refine. Once it hits a certain temperature, we ship it into a boiling room, which will then create more power. So we are less reliant on fossil fuels, so to speak. Not enough oxygen is getting into there, so oxygen is really an issue. How much by? 40 odd kilos a cycle. That's not a lot, but it does add up over time. So I would like to possibly turn this into oxygen production. That's going to be quite a bit of power, simply because I have to check if the oxygen is oxygen. If it's not, we have to shunt it back in, which it won't work because it will be over pressured. Okay, not good, not a good idea. These could do with more carbon dioxide, which I would be tempted to put the carbon dioxide from there into here to keep them alive, to keep them producing oil. Not really worth it though. Let's get this finished, shall we, boys? Can't reach this spot. Fuck a doodle do, man. 1 foot forward, 5 foot back. It will happen over time, I just wish it was happening quicker. And the only way to do that is more dupes. Alright, but let's get this refinement ready. So we need room for a boiler next to it. So how about here? So we get a, where is it? Metal refinery, which can be made out of all sorts of shit, but no, because yeah, what I need to make a kiln. Oh my god, that's refinement as well, isn't it? I'm very behind with that. That's going to cause a bunch more carbon dioxide. I need to get that running. So hot water, 67 degrees shouldn't be a problem. Have you finished this? Close enough that I can queue up the next bit, which will be this. And then we can use the hot water to suck out some carbon. Use the polluted water out of the carbon to continue producing clean water. Ladder, yeah. Okay, down to here, which I will then dig over, and we will create a box for this. To about there. Let's start designing the box. We want it there. Sit there. To say here. To, let's say, about here. And then we need 1, 2, 3, 4 floor. 1, 2, 3, 4 floor. And then cap it there, yeah. Cancel that because we place a door there, so base. Mechanised airlock. Badonk. Doesn't matter if a little bit of heat leaks there because it's nowhere near anything that we need. And some water. Okay. Smell that food cooking. Yeah, baby. I'll tell you what, I'll take a break on some food stuff. We'll be back on later with some other stuff. Fuck knows what, but you're going to get yourself stuck there, no? You got lucky. Alright, this is basically done. We have like 3 things left to do. Then I can seal the door, break in from the top. We can allow the pressure to continue to build because we are building in pressure. Which is lucky we built up this back up because the pressure is going to drop like a fucking stone. That kiln, I need ceramic like no tomorrow. Right. How are we doing? We still have over 1 kilo of oxygen, which is fine. If the oxygen drops, the fluid oxygen comes down, gets filtered out. It's a fantastic system we've got here. More buddy buds are also kind of key, but I've got nowhere to get them from that's anywhere nearby. That's fine. As we continue to destroy our environment, we will pick them up over time. Do you know, I prefer these were done ASAP. That way I don't ever have to think about that again. Then you can spend all day digging your water box, which I also need to put the order on to dig it. Can you dig it? Needs studying. Right, it's done. It's done. Lock the door. No one in, no one out. And there's some salt water there again. Where did it even come from this time? Pretty sure I cleared it all out. This does leak crude oil very, very, very slowly. And we're in. Pressure's beginning to exchange. All of that can be gone. And we can start placing even more of these containers. Sitting at a nice 200 degrees in there, we will be able to use that to boil some water, should we want to. And 101 degrees in there. This will also help stabilise the temperature for a while longer because it's got way more room to heat up. Let's get that functioning. That just makes one less worry on our fucking table. And having access here means that we can get the materials needed, like iron and stuff, much quicker. We have a masterpiece and 2 pieces of shit yet again. Maybe I got super lucky with that first masterpiece. You never know. Now we're talking. That's it, baby. Let that pressure stabilise. Oh yeah. Does mean it's going to be a mess of gases for some time, but it's also perfectly fine. By the time that kicks on in 31 cycles, this would have levelled out. And yeah, all cool. Right. So we do want refining. Again, we want the hot water to start with to deal with the carbon, which doesn't produce oxygen, and we do need oxygen. Okay. But if we have the carbon out of the way, this will, yeah, okay, yeah, I see where I was going with that. So, plumbing, or pump out gold amalgam right there. Insulated pipe. Oh, and they can't actually reach there, that's fine. I will cancel that, because that's also in an awful place. Give me the pipe. Give me the pipe. Fucking give us the crack pipe, brother. Up. We have built Spaghetti Junction here. Okay, we're gonna redo this so the Spaghetti Junction's a bit smoother. Which actually means cancel that. Let that happen first. Oh, dinner. Right, we're going to call it a little bit of a break there. I'm not going to. Yeah, I will. No, I shouldn't, because I'll forget what I'm doing. Right, let's quickly get this done then. I'll go grab dinner. 1 second. let's quickly knock out the pieces I'll forget if I don't do them right now, and then I'm going to take a break, have some dinner, and I'll be back on later. Alright. That's that. Get that last bit done. Not quite. Come on. Bloody save lag. Didn't work. There we go. Okay. Okay. This will all make sense now the next time I jump on. Yes. Yes. Don't have to worry about that. Yeah, that all makes sense. That's fine. Alright. Well, for now, peace out. I'll be back on later. Bye.